Okay, welcome back. Got another box of tapes here. Got 12 tapes to be precise, and I'm not sure if they're mouldy or not. Let's get them out and have a look. Okay, as you can see, this box has got the bare minimum bubble wrap. I haven't got a problem with that because the box, it fits the box perfectly. It's got a bit of protection. Anyway, that's a side note. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I enjoyed this film when I first saw it. This lady, is it Rebecca? Yeah, De Mornay, plays a great psycho. Very attractive. But as the film goes on, not so. This is a film by David Lynch, Wild at Heart. Never seen it, but interested to check it out. David Lynch passed away not too long ago. Not too familiar with his stuff, to be honest. I have seen Twin Peaks. Blue Velvet, I don't think I've seen that. But Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern. Yeah, so anyway, let's get these out of the box and set up the camera and chat about each one a bit more. Okay, so Wild at Heart, let's have a look at the tape. Oh, it has got some mould on it. Not too much. It's not the worst I've seen. I'm sure that will clean up. It can be deceiving sometimes, like that might not look too bad, but it might not play properly at all. Oh look, coming soon on video, Hardware. I've currently got a spare copy of Hardware if anybody's interested. It's on eBay. But if you quote my YouTube channel, I'll give you a 10% discount. So there you go. There's a couple of quid off. This one's on Palace Premiere as well. And Wild at Heart, have you seen it? I've never seen this film. I am curious if it's any good. I like the snakeskin jacket. William Dafoe's in it. Crispin Glover from Back to the Future fame. Isabella Rossellini. Harry Dean Stanton. It looks like a great cast. So very interested to check that out. It says a cocktail of sex and violence. Defoe's portrait of a villain is unforgettable, terrifying and completely hypnotic. Okay. The wildest film you are likely to see this year. A brew of startling sex, bloody violence and deeply black humour. Oh, it sounds good. I have seen Eraserhead a long time ago. Didn't really understand that. Maybe I'll give that another look at some point. I've seen The Elephant Man and I've seen June. June bored me to tears. Though the recent June I really enjoyed. So maybe I'll go back and revisit June at some point and Eraserhead. But it's just some things you cannot get into, So we'll see. I talked a little bit already about this. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I'll watch it. I'll rewatch this one at some point if it's not too much effort. Oh god, looks like muddy mould. But sometimes it cleans up okay, and sometimes it don't. To be honest, I'm not too bothered about that one. I've got this one with Ricky Tomlinson. Riff Raff, never heard of it. It says a sharp, spiky comedy. Those that live on the edge sometimes fall. The humour is the best tradition of A Vie de Saint Pet and Boys from the Black Stuff. Well, I really liked A Vie de Saint Pet. If you've never seen it, it's about a bunch of British bricklayers in the 80s going to Germany to earn a crust because, the unemployment in the UK is so bad. I think that them sort of times are coming round again. But this one here, looks like a good, decent film. It's got Robert Carlyle in it, Ricky Tomlinson, as I said before, and music by Stuart Copeland of The Police. So yeah, definitely interested to check this out. Hopefully that will clean up okay. More muddy mould. Oh, coming soon on video. The King of New York. Another one I've got to hand somewhere. Great film by Abel Ferrara. Yeah, it was to hand, but I know I've got a load of tidying up to do to put the stuff straight. Great performance from Christopher Walken on that one. Really like this film. It's not for everyone. It's more of a sort of hip-hop gangster type film. If you're not into that sort of thing, you're more into your Goodfellas and Scarface, it won't be for you, but I like it. So anyway, yeah, that one was advertising The King of New York on the side there. Riff Raff on another one on Palace Premiere. We've got a copy of Video Tastie's favourite film. I watched this recently. I've got a sell-through version and I watched it on that, and I just really cannot understand the love or respect for Kevin Costner as an actor. I just don't think he's very good at all. I've enjoyed some of his films, like Dances with Wolves was okay, I suppose. It's not something I'd go back and rewatch because it's so bloody long. I did rewatch The Bodyguard recently because I got it on DVD, an old copy, and picked it up in a bag of shite job lot, and I rewatched that and it was okay. But again, Kevin Costner is just, I don't know, he's got nothing about him. He's just very, I don't know. There's a film people rave about called The Perfect World. Never seen it. Directed by Clint Eastwood. I have got some lobby cards from that I picked up in a charity shop a while back. I'm interested to see if he's any better in that. I mean, he's done some good films like Waterworld, like what, the Dancing with Wolf. And this film's okay. Sean Connery's good in it. Andy Garcia's good, but you know, Kevin Costner, couldn't give a toss about him. He is just so bland. That's the word I'm looking for, bland. Oh God, this case is... Look, even the mould doesn't want to go near Kevin Costner. There's only slight mould on it. So yeah, another one I'm not too bothered about. Here's one that my kids, well, one of my kids in particular will like. I've got it on sell-through, but it's nice to have the ex-rental of that with Bouncy Knowles and Michael Caine. Got an issue. Here's a tissue. And yeah, it's okay. Out of the three films, some people might prefer this one because has this one got... Oh, it's got Gold Member in it. It's got a slight callback to Fat Bastard, I think. Not sure. I like Fat Bastard. He's good. But, oh God, this is really mouldy. Look at... So if you can see the mould on the outside of the tape. It's not really penetrated too badly inside the tape, but it's crispy. It's a flaky one. But this is a film I do like, and this is basically the blueprint for COVID. This film. So yeah, they say movies don't have an influence on people. Well, this one definitely did. This one left that little nugget or germ in people's consciousness, and the whole COVID thing unfold as we saw. in the UK, it was crazy. It was crazy. Stay indoors, protect the NHS, clap on your doorstep. What a pile of shit that whole thing was. But Outbreak's a very good film. Very good at building up the fear and the tension. And yeah, it's one that I enjoy going back to and getting there freaked out again. How the world nearly ended by infected monkey, and how these three heroes saved us. Dustin Hoffman. Oh, my name's Dustin Hoffman. Oh, yeah. I was Rain Man, but now I'm going to save the world. Yeah. Definitely drive slow on the driveway. So there's one for you. Here's one that I've never heard of. Blood and Sand, starring Christopher Rydell and Sharon Stone, being her sluttiest. This is the only reason that this film had any interest, because Sharon Stone's in it. Not sure if it's any good, what it's about, just her being slutty. Rich and sexy and ruthless woman who seduces as a highly successful bullfighter. Oh, get out of it. Let's have a look at the mould. Looks absolute bullshit, doesn't it? There we go. Is that one even worth my time cleaning? Maybe to see a bit of retro Sharon. Here is a film by Brian Yuzna. Never heard of The Dentist or The Dentist 2. And in England, we're well known for our bad teeth. So, not as bad as this. But here we go. A slick and seriously twisted fright fest, even more gruesome than the original. Starring Corbin Burnson. There's the video number there, if anybody's keeping track of those. The gore and close-up dentistry are squirm-inducing. Well, that is one thing I do not like. Anything to do with eyes or teeth, getting teeth pulled out. The Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman. It's quite a nasty film for that. But this one, mouth lacerating madness, great fun. Dr. Fiendstone does for dentistry what Norman Bates did for the motel business. And what did I see there? Something popped out at me. I know something else. Yeah, so let's have a look. Is it as horrific as it sounds? No, it's probably not that bad. It's probably playable, actually. Okay, so how many got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 4 more to go. And this one is called Raw Nerve. It has Glenn Ford, Sadal Bergman, Randall Tex Cobb, Ted Pryor, Tracy Lords, and Jean Michael Vincent of Airwolf fame. All are suspects, few will survive. 2020 vision. These tapes are horrendous. They've come straight out of somebody's garage or shed or loft. Still got all the bloody cobwebs and bacteria. I really shouldn't be messing with this crap. But I do, for your entertainment and for what reasons I do not know. I do like trying to save some of these tapes and, in the process get a bargain maybe and get a tape working again that might not have. This one, I might have my work cut out for me. It looks pretty muddy. And a lot of these tapes are probably not worth a lot. Most of these ones that I've shown already, maybe The Dentist 2, maybe this one, at a push might be worth I don't know, four quid, 5 quid. We'll see. I didn't really do any comparisons. I just saw muddy tapes and I thought, there's a few in here that interest me, like this one. I think this one might be slightly sought after. Twisted Justice. I had to get it just for the hairdo and the gun. £1.25 per night. Really? Is it worth that? I remember like when tapes were a couple of quid a night. When we first started renting tapes, we had the very first copy. Oh, the very first tape we had was a bootleg copy of First Blood, and we had that tape for a whole week on hire. I'm sure it was a bootleg, and yeah, I love that film. That's where my love of their tapes has come from, V.H.S. What was my point? Oh yeah, the prices. Yeah, I don't know how much the prices were, but I say we had it for a week. And as you can see here, it's £1.25 per night. We also hired the video player from the guy, because video players were so expensive back in the day. And I've shown the video player, the first one we had with the piano keys, the Ferguson Video Star. They were so heavy and so well made, you'd get a hernia trying to move the machine from one place to another. Anyway, this is about a renegade cop. Nothing stands in his way, not even the law. It's a Dirty Harry ripoff with a bit of a sci-fi edge to it. I was going for it. It looks like Eric Estrada back there. It could be. James Tucker is a cop with a brutal difference. He's a renegade and he's armed. And he is full of mould. This is one that I might definitely have my work cut out for me. Is it muddy? Is it playable? We will find out soon. Can I clean this? I know the mayor has shown his way of doing things, but I don't think he bothers with things that are this bad. The way I deal with it is I cut through the labels, I unscrew the tape. This one has got a bloody, don't know if you can see there, it's got a triangular bit in there. I might have a bit that can get that out, or I might have to get the soldering iron and melt that out, but I definitely need to get into this tape. The rest of the screws are just plain, Phillips head screws. Easy enough to get those open. It's just that middle one. My process involves, as I say, taking the whole thing apart, getting paper and sliding it in between the reel and the tape, the outer plastic, and getting it in there, soaking it with as much alcohol as possible, and then running it through, reassembling the tape, running it through the machine. And I've got a separate machine for cleaning that I don't use for playing tapes, just for cleaning. It's just one that I found in the street. Somebody chucked it away, cut the lead off it, and I reattached it, and now it's my cleaning machine. And I say, yeah, I mean, even with a deep clean, that this tape still might not be playable or fully playable, fully watchable, but we'll see. This one is one that I've never heard about. It looks like Steve Guttenberg, and it is Steve Guttenberg, but it looks like Mahoney crossed with Snake Plissken. He's got leather chaps on. He's got a brown leather jacket like Plissken. It's got Shelley Long from Cheers, and Jamie Gertz, who I've only known from the film Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. He was a trodden-on mummy's boy until he discovered the secret of romantic success. well, we all need a little help with the ladies, especially us nerds on YouTube. This one is well faded, and it is probably utter shite. Will she still love Lobo when she discovers he's really Gus? Lobo. I've got a feeling I've seen this. And look at that, it's perfectly playable. So I might give this a watch later. I might give it a quick run through, quick clean. Oh, the tape, the case is falling apart. But, you know, isn't worth a lot, but it is worth documenting and making shorts with. And it's probably a load of rubbish, but it's good to find out. And to end on a bombshell, some people's favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger film starring Danny DeVito and Emma Thompson. And look, it's soaked in mould and water damaged. An Ivan Reitman film, Junior. This is where the whole woke business started. I remember when I was young, I saw a picture in the doctor's surgery of a guy, a black and white picture of a guy pregnant. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it was advertising. It was probably saying like, if men could carry babies, then blah, 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 respect women. So I guess it started way back in the 80s, but in the 90s it carried on with this kind of nonsense. I'm pregnant, god damn it. Get to the chopper. So, yeah. I know Jeff 101 Bronson, I think he watched this as penance for whatever reason. I don't know why he had to subject himself to this. Will I subject myself to this? What have I done to deserve this? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it probably will play. It's got some... Get out of the way. It's got some mould, as you can see, on both reels. But it looks very minor. The case looks more water damaged than the tape. It looks shop faded. It's very rattly. I think that's the inside of the case. Yeah, you can see bits of the plastic. And I think this was probably at the bottom. It's had a lot of weight on it, or it's just been bashed around. So yeah, there we go. I can't remember how much I paid for this job lot. I think it was about 12 quid, something like that. Maybe a bit more with postage. And maybe I paid too much, considering the condition, considering the content, considering how much time it's going to take to clean some of these. It's definitely not something that I would recommend if you're trying to flip them to make money. I don't think there's any profit at all in here for the amount of time and effort that you need to put into these tapes. But if you are interested in tape cleaning, I say the Mayor's put a video up of his method. I've put a few videos up of how I clean the tapes, and it is fun. You know, it's sometimes rewarding, sometimes not. I mean, sometimes I've cleaned some of these tapes and the content on the tapes is not good. You know, it's kind of like a blind buy. It's like, oh, well, get something cheap and clean it. And sometimes it's rewarding and sometimes it's not, but that's life, you know. So yeah, anything in here that you think was worth or is worth me cleaning? I'm interested in rewatching Outbreak. I've got it on DVD, so I don't really need to watch it. But I like seeing the trailers, if there are any. And that's another reason why people collect the ex-rentals more so than the sell-throughs. It's because it's got a lot of the time, even the sell-throughs do have the trailers, but the ex-rentals seem to hold more value just because they were rented. They weren't, they've been through many people's machines, and they've got their own history. Anyway, I am just rambling. I say I'm interested in seeing The Dentist, maybe that one, Raw Nerve, Twisted Justice, and the Mahoney Gutenberg one. Not in a hurry to watch that. Goldmember I've seen before. Untouchables, Kevin Costner can... No. Riff Raff I'm definitely interested in checking out. That I've seen before. And Wild at Heart I've never seen, so I'm going to clean that one first. Actually, I might try Twisted Justice first. That's the dirtiest out of the lot. And yeah, so yeah, I'll be back. I've got loads more that I've not cleaned. They're piling up. There's some that I have cleaned. It's just there's a lot to cover. It's just too much to cover, and not everybody's interested. I think people prefer seeing the short videos. So I might do a review of this one. I have kind of covered it. I've cleaned it. It was mouldy, and it wasn't a good film. It's not one that I would recommend. Hopefully there's a few in here that are, diamonds in the rough. You never know. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough. Take it easy. Be back soon with more tapes, more figures, more crap, more shorts, more. Bye-bye.